Alright, so welcome back to some more Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game, and does your track suck? Today we're going to continue this series, and we'll keep going with it as long as it's something you guys want to see. So remember, if you enjoyed this video and want it to continue, make sure to leave a like, and let me know in the comments what your track is so we can check it out. And if I haven't got to your track, it doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. I like saying this because I feel like people think I'm just skipping over it. It means that, one, it did not work when I searched for it, which it's not as bad as it used to be, but there's still quite a few tracks that don't work, or I just haven't seen it yet. So give me some time, I'll get to it. I'm going back to old videos looking at tracks, not just the new video, so don't worry about that. Also, I'm not sure if you've seen the Does My Track Suck video yet. I'm recording these pretty close together, so I'm not 100% sure which one's going to get uploaded first. So hopefully you have seen that already, and this is just a continuation of this series. But let's jump into this. 2 suggested tracks for sure, probably 1 random track, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here's our first track we are going to look at today, called Zach Fee 04, suggested by Zach Fee. Now, we are getting to be a little bit more pro on this track because I did run a few laps before I didn't have some of my stuff turned on I needed to have turned on, so we got some practice laps in. Turn it into big whoops. That's a quad, actually. I was triple singling it when I take the inside, but it is a quad. The track itself is quite a bit of fun. It's a shorter track, but it's just, I want to try something. Double. Yeah, it does work. I was working on that earlier, but I never actually got it. So there is some line choice. Before that was a triple, and then you jumped over the over-under. But the way he has it set up, you do have some options. So say you're racing with your buddies or something, you want to take that inside line, you can go double-double, basically. So that is pretty freaking awesome. I love seeing line choice in tracks. People wanted me to throw some fat whips. They're like, even if it doesn't matter or do anything really because the scrub doesn't help, throw some fat whips. All right. Get the quad. We got to get that quad clean. There's nothing extremely hard on the track. It's actually a very easy track for the most part, but it's fun. It's really, really fun. It has such a great layout is what I think. So simply for that, it'll be a lower rating. See, this is what I usually do. Ooh, came up a bit short. Triple. It's not that hard to do it. I just don't want to over jump it. Sometimes I was over jumping it. Oh, okay, I think that would work. If you didn't over jump that first table, I think you could probably triple up over that last table and carry some more speed into it. We'll try it. We're gonna try and get it. And it's kind of nice to see a shorter track like this. I mean, a lot of people try to build these really long tracks that have no end to them, and I love those. I love those tracks, but it's fun to see something a bit more realistic. All right, now what were we gonna do? There's a couple things here I want to try. Yeah, these little doubles into the corners I'm letting off a bit. All right, there. See, it works just perfect. It works just perfect. Okay, here. Oh, for sure. You're for sure able to jump over that. That is sick. Multiple line choice. Now, I guess the only complaint I have is it would have been cool to see a section of big whoops there. You know, it's a longer set of whoops, so you would have had area to make them the bigger ones. But I mean, it's no complaint. I like all the whoops. The little whoops are in the game. That's what they're there for, so not a problem. It just would have been cool. I think it would have been a good spot to have something like that there. I still want to try and get the... Ooh, came up a bit short there. I still want to try and get that section before the whoops, though. We haven't gotten it the way I want to. I might try and go for the double here again. Ah, it's so hard. It's so difficult to try and gauge that. But it is an option, and it does work. Oh, we can't quite get over it. I'm sure you can get over that, though, and it does work. That's cool. I like that. I'll try and jump to the table. We'll do probably... Whoa. Yeah, we've done 4, so this will be a 5th one. One more lap. Let's see what we can do. Good track. Good solid track. I like it. I pretty much like everything about it. The simplicity of it. The ease of it, but yet such a really a good layout, and a few things like that where you have to get around the corner really well if you want to clear that quad. It's not hard, but it just gives you some options, and I think the best thing on tracks is options and difficulty. Difficulty that's not too difficult. Let's try this one more time. Oh yeah, totally works. Check it out. That was sick. Add some big whoops there yet, man. And this track is awesome. It's like I said, it's easier. There's nothing I felt like was difficult for me. I felt like the first lap I did, I kind of had an idea of how to do the track already, but it's fun. It's really fun. The layout of it is good. The flow is good. Definitely sub 50 lap times. And it's just fun to see a track that's more realistic, that's more simple and doesn't have all this craziness to it, you know, where it's like you're constantly stressed out because it's just a non-stop trying to keep the most amazing rhythm ever. It's just kind of nice to have a more laid-back track like this, I guess. So we're going to give it half a star. I know we give it a lot of tracks half a star, but it's worthy of it. I don't just say half a star because it's the easy, safe one to give. It's a good track. It's a solid layout, a really solid layout, really good flow to it, some different line choices. There's nothing difficult or super original, but it's just a really good track, and I recommend people trying it out. I'll try to remember to put text across the screen. Someone was asking for that so they could, I guess, find the track easier, so hopefully that's there. Let's go see if we can find another track. Okay, so here we have our second track called MX Maniac Windham, suggested by, I have no control. That's got to get fixed, man. It's so awkward, and it's not like a big deal because you could just restart or jump off the track, but it's annoying. You know what I mean? It's annoying. Someone else has to be experiencing that too. It's so weird. Anyways, we've already tried this track out. I rode a few laps around here. I just kind of, I don't know, maybe today will be the day where I don't do any first impressions like without doing some practice laps. We kind of messed that up. I don't know why we messed that up so bad. This track is good, and there's a few things I want to talk about so that when you see the rating it gets, and it's not like I'm foreshadowing, oh, it's going to get a bad rating, this track sucks. No, this track is good, it's fun. But there's some things I want to talk about so that when you see the rating, it makes more sense. The first thing I want to say, oh, by the way, that wall there, the first time I played this track, we sent that to the moon and back. Yeah, it was pretty insane. Wow, we can't even get over these. I'm pretty sure those are both the pre-made triples. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. He made this perfect where you're like landing right inside that first whoop. Another triple, and the dragon's back here. The track layout is really good. It has a good flow. Everything works really well. Okay, there's nothing on the track that just doesn't work. It doesn't really have the line choice that I like seeing in game, or not in games. Well, in games too, but in tracks, it doesn't really have the line choice that I like seeing, which isn't a bad thing. You know, I don't want all tracks to be the same. That's what makes this game so great. Is people can build tracks the way they want, and everything's just, you know, a little bit different, but it doesn't, I guess, it has a lot of similarities to the first track because it is an easier track. It has a good flow, and it's in the outdoor rectangular stadium. The only difference is this is the big one, not the small one. This section's kind of cool. I like how it kind of crosses back and forth between itself, and, you know, the beginning of the track was a bit more standard, I guess. There wasn't anything too crazy about it, and then here's the finish. I think it's around like 2-minute lap times, I think. Let's see. 2-minute lap times, 2-ish minute lap times. So the other thing that I want to mention is I feel like a lot of stuff on this track is pre-made. It's a lot of pre-made triple. I don't think this one is. I don't think that's a pre-made triple. Actually, we can't. Oh, we look terrible. I think that triple was a pre-made triple. That's pre-made for sure. This is not, obviously. I feel like a lot of the sections are pre-made, not built individually, which is fine. I think that's a pre-made triple too, because generally the pre-made triples are flat. You know what I mean? They're really, really flat, and some of them are kind of awkward to get over. I like this section. He even has like a little something to land on there. Not sure if that's a pre-made triple. I don't think that one is. I think that one might be. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe they're not all pre-made, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that I feel like there's quite a bit of pre-made stuff, and there's not, it doesn't have the same line choice that the first one had. You know, that first one had a bunch of those doubles and stuff where you could just go about it differently. Here it's pretty much the same. I know that's pre-made. It's pretty everything. I mean, you can really only go about it one way. I love the step on step off table section. I kind of wish there was something to actually step off to, you know what I mean? Like something to land off of. There's another section here where I wanted to see something like that. I think it's by the over-under here. I don't remember. We'll have to check. But I think the over-under, you can send it. And it would have been cool to have him Why can I not get over that triple? What's going on? We got that the first time. So if you mess it up, you do have the option there. There is some line choice, but there's no reason to ever take that line. You know what I mean? It's not... Ooh, that's a tricky section. I've never done that. That's the first time that I've actually hit my head on that. Yeah, right here. So you can give this a pretty big send into the corner. I mean, if you let off a little bit, you could have put like a small landing there maybe. Not just a small thing to mention. It's not really even a complaint. Throw some whips. Some people are saying they want to see some more whips, even if it doesn't do anything, just because for that STYLE, that style. How many laps are we gonna do? I guess we'll do one more lap. We'll do one more. See if we can get a better lap time. So overall, I think I've just been basically saying the same thing over and over again. Good flow, good layout, similar to what the first one was, but it doesn't feel like it has the same line choice. I do like that he did add the big whoops as well as the small ones. I mean, it's practical to use the small whoops. I'm not saying that the small whoops don't have a purpose, but maybe like right here, big run of whoops. Maybe it would have been kind of cool to see the big whoops there, since it's such a long run. With 2 triples back to back, which work really good. You know, looking at it, maybe those aren't the pre-made ones. I just always thought the pre-made triples were the flat ones. Like, they didn't kick you up in the air as high. Okay, it was easy to overjump this. Then you can actually preload at the bottom of that and never actually touch the top. That's kind of cool. I think both these sections were pre-made too. And I feel like it has more pre-made sections than the first track had, you know what I mean? And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's always kind of cool to see people build their own sections to give it the signature to it, you know what I mean? Come on. Oh, it reset us. Okay, cool. Here, these little whoops right here make sense. It totally makes sense to have them there. It's not really worth it to have the big ones there. And he does have them. It's not like he totally ignored it. And it's not like you have to have big whoops on your track to be amazing. But I do like this because it is awkward. If you don't get in it right, you bump your head on it. I don't know if that was his intention to make it more difficult, but it does work. This, again, it would have been kind of cool to have a landing like right there and then straight into the corner. Even if you had to have a bit more throttle control, it would have been kind of cool to see. And we throw in the fat whip. So there you go. That is a solid track, okay? So all the things that I was kind of talking about is leading up to the star rating we're going to give it, and we're going to give it 1 star. 1 star. It gets a half star more than the last one because of the things that I mentioned. It has a great layout, great flow, but it feels... I don't know, it feels a little bit more generic, I guess. I don't know. Not in a bad way. Good track. I'm not saying you're a bad track builder. Please don't take offense to it. It felt like it had more pre-made sections on it, and it didn't have as many options to go around the track. There was really only one way around the track. I mean, there was a couple different lines maybe, but for the most part, there really was only one way around the track. I never felt like I wanted to try to hit a different line, or there was a different line that was comparable to the fast line, you know what I mean? So 1 star, good track, nothing bad about it. I just feel like there was a few things that it was lacking in the categories compared to the first track. So that's why it gets 1 star. But good job. Let's go and see if we can find either another suggested track or a random track of the day. Okay, so here we have our third and final track of the day. It is a suggested track again because I just think it works better that way because we can get more of your guys' tracks in the video. And this is called the 651 Compound. We got ourselves another compound on hand suggested by Andrew. Wow, look at this. I have no control over my bike. That's happening like every single time we start the track. What the heck is going on with this game? So compound, blind. We're just going to do this blind. Definitely shouldn't have sent that because now we can't get this triple. Actually, is that supposed to be... I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be. Interesting. So compounds, I typically struggle with these. Just going to kind of give you a heads up. Oh my goodness, that was a quad. This track is fire already. I love the fact that he threw that quad. You bust that quad out like right away. Yeah, I typically struggle with compounds because, oh wow, that was really cool. What the heck? I like it. This track is kind of original too so far. All right, kind of getting into the big whoops. Let me go back down to the small ones. Interesting. Oh, dude, your track is fire already. This is insane. I just hope I can get a couple laps in. So if we hit that, well, I'm kind of confused here. Okay, so that would have been a, yeah, I think we got through that pretty much correctly, I think. Making that outside line a little more tough. These triples are insane. They're so deep. Oh, and it works perfect. I love that he put these jumps in the corners too, because it makes these corners so much more annoying to go after. But in a good way. Good job. Got the step-on tables. Got like everything that I really like seeing in a track in this game. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not really big whoops. I mean, it is big whoops, and then it kind of becomes big whoops, but that was so sick. Get on top of these bad boys. Oh, man. I don't think this is a send. I don't... Oh, it's like a little send. A little send. Nice. Oh, come on. Okay, so I think I'm going to take the left side next time because... Jumping off the track. Come on. Because I think that'll get us on top of those big whoops a little bit better than what happened right there. Yeah, I overjumped. Come on. Been underjumping like everything, and then we overjumped something. Unbelievable. Well, I like that he changes it up. I like that. I like that a lot. That section was so sick. And some people might be like, that was so simple, but it's cool because he makes you jump into the face of that to slow you down so you clear it just right. It was really cool. Take it easy here. Oh man, I don't think that's a quad. I just don't see any way of quadding that, but... Oh, I'm over jumping. Come on. So, man, there's a lot of throttle control. I like it. It's kind of technical. You have to not over jump that double if you want to get the quad. We're definitely going around again. So almost 3-minute lap times. Wow. That's interesting. I'm not even 100% sure how to go about that. I actually took the same line. I didn't mean to do that, but... Stay to this side. It still hops us up pretty good, but you can still get through it. It works. I don't know if that's a quad or not. I don't feel like it's supposed to be. I think it's best to just skip that little half loop there because then you can get through this section a lot faster. Oh, I wonder if he intended you to jump across the track, but you didn't have enough of a run with it because it looks like that's what he was trying to do. Kind of the same thing there. Oh, I overjumped. Man, it's a technical track. You really have to hit your lines or you're not going to be clearing any of this stuff. Hey, we got it. Sick. So you're jumping to that second table. Oh, come on, full send. Oh, right on top of the whoop. But it turns this into better whoops. This track is fire, man. This track is legitimately fire. Oh yeah, we have to do like a little send here. Oh, come on. Oh, well, that works. More big whoops. I love the whoops. It's so cool how he did it. Just like staggering everything. Oh, we got it. Ooh, yeah, we got it. Oh, I overjumped it again. Come on, man. It's so easy to overjump that. This track, you can't, you have to come back to it. You have to spend time on it. You can't just master. I mean, maybe good players, really good players can, but I think you just have to spend time on it to master it. This is insane. Now, okay, I wanted to do something. What did I want to do here? Take it easy on this. Triple. Okay, now we have to not overjump this double. A little bit. Wow, you have to hit that perfect or you can't get that. Whoa. Insane amount of timing. There's something else here. Is it this? Oh, yeah. Okay, and then that's the other option there. There you go. Whoo, that track is fire, man. Andrew, oh my goodness. I love it. I love this track because it's tough. It's like, it's a different tough, though. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I know exactly what I need to do, but the throttle control and having it memorized to being able to do that every lap is what I'm struggling with. But really great layout, some originality. The whoop sections were crazy. Just kind of back and forth, big, small. I love it. Bunch of different line choices. This compound is amazing. I can't say it's perfect because I just don't. I feel like I'm going to be overwhelmed when something's perfect, but we're just giving it a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. Definitely check this track out, guys. Definitely. If you haven't tried 651 Compound, check it out. This is like one of the best tracks that I played, in my personal opinion. Some people might not like it. That's fine. But for me, it checks all the boxes of everything that I like to see in a track. Amazing job. Definitely worth looking into. So just a tiny bit. I think we went over that already. Great job. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. If you guys want to see your track, make sure to leave it in the comments. I'm on PlayStation, so leave your PSN as well as the track name, and I will try to get to it. I did check out a bunch of tracks. There was a handful of tracks that I tried and just didn't work. And I'd say there was 4 probably that I tried before this one, just before this one. So sometimes it doesn't work. I'm trying my best to get to all of them, and that's why we're doing more suggested tracks instead of random tracks. And yeah, I'm glad we did because this track is amazing. Definitely check it out. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. And until the next video, take it easy.